Hello everybody, what's up? RezenatorZen here. Now, when you say BioShock, you think Rapture. And Rapture, you think Andrew Ryan, an egomaniacal motherfucker. And objectivism is really at the core of Andrew Ryan's philosophy behind Rapture. Because, as far as I can tell, Rapture is very similar to the plot of Atlas Shrugged. I've never read Atlas Shrugged, and I'm going to read Atlas Shrugged to better understand the philosophy of objectivism. I don't really understand objectivism all that well, but I'm going to read into it. I'm really tired in the Wikipedia page and shit like that. I've been looking it up all day. Of course, objectivism is the philosophical system which was developed by Russian-born American novelist Ayn Rand. Awesome name, by the way. Best name ever. It would be awesome to name my daughter Ayn Rand Chambers, so her name would be Ark. Anyway, objectivism holds that reality exists independent of consciousness, that individual persons are in contact with this reality through sensory perception, that human beings can gain objective knowledge from perception through the process of concept information and induction and deductive logic. That the proper moral purpose of one's life is the pursuit of one's own happiness or rational self-interest. So what I gather from this is that objectivism is purely a human-centered philosophy. As I said before, I'm not a philosopher. I haven't studied objectivism up close. I'm just getting into objectivism. But it seems like a very cool idea. But really, objectivism is, at its core, is just men making themselves happy by gaining a lot of capital and being able to show that off, as far as I can tell. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Ayn Rand actually says this of her own philosophy. It says, "My philosophy, in essence, is the concept of man as a heroic being, with his own happiness as the moral purpose of his life, with productive achievement as his noblest activity, and reason as his only absolute." Now, as I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm not an objectivist. I'm not even a philosopher. I don't consider myself all that deep. I don't consider myself, at this point in my life, I don't think I'm fit to actually get objectivism and all that stuff. And right now, I'm not really all that cogent because I'm really tired. Now, Atlas Shrugged is the name of one of her books, obviously. But that phrase, Atlas Shrugged, is really weird when you look at it from the perspective of BioShock. Because, I mean, the main plot twist of that game is that Atlas was not really Atlas. He was Fontaine. He was a different person. He wasn't aligned to you. And in essence, Atlas shrugged. He shuffled away his facade and became his true person. He got rid of the facade. I just find that really, I'm just making a correlation to that. I'm not sure if that was really what influenced the whole twist with Atlas becoming Fontaine. It's just what I'm reading into it as that phrase, Atlas shrugged, and how I'm projecting that into BioShock, since Atlas Shrugged and Ayn Rand was very influential, as far as I know, in Rapture's conception behind Andrew Ryan's own thing is objectivism. Now, again, layman trying to understand objectivism, not the best thing, especially someone who's really fucking tired after a day at school. But I really hope to read Atlas Shrugged and other Ayn Rand's books, just to try and get a sense of objectivism and how she presents it in her books and how she defends it, and really get a sense of the philosophy of objectivism, because I don't really get the sense of it now. I get the general gist of it, but I don't. There's more nuances to it than just simply that the only purpose for human life is that for man's own advancement. I mean, and monetary gain. There's got to be something deeper to it than that. But as I said, not an expert, and I don't think I'll ever be an expert on objectivism or any other philosophy, because I just don't think I'm that kind of person to actually study philosophy ad nauseum and try to understand it. I just find human-centered philosophies really interesting, with existentialism. Objectivism is a human-based philosophy. I also find moral relativism very interesting. I'm starting to read about that. I don't know what sparked this inspiration in me to look at philosophies all of a sudden, but I know that I'll never be able to understand them as well as a philosopher or someone who grasps the topic better. Sorry for the slurred speech and the poorly put together sentences. And before anybody says anything, I'm not baked or drunk. I'm just fucking tired. I slept like shit this morning. I didn't get any. I got like an hour of sleep. Then I had to go to school. Had to deal with people for 8 hours, and I came home, did a couple of videos. I was just fucking tired. That's all. Oh, might as well say this while I'm talking about books. Almost done with Breaking Dawn. If I finish it today, I'll come back on and do a video review of it. I'll reread New Moon and Eclipse and do video reviews of those after I do this review, because this is the book that's more pertinent in my brain right now. So it's going to be out of order, but it's going to go Twilight, Breaking Dawn, New Moon, Eclipse. I don't feel like rereading, after I'm done with this, rereading New Moon and Eclipse and then doing the videos for those, and then getting to Breaking Dawn, even though I'm just done with it now, so I'd rather just do the video now when it's fresh in my mind and not blurred by any lines. So yeah, if I complete this today, which I probably will, or later today, or at night, or sometime tomorrow, I will do a video review of Breaking Dawn. I found, as far as I've read, I only have one chapter left, which is the Happily Ever After. That's only a couple pages. I got that. I gotta read that. Gotta be done with that, and then I gotta do I'm doing a comparison, which I'll do a video afterwards after I'm done. It's a comparison between Denny Hawk's Talk September and Billy Collins' poem The Names. And I'm comparing how two different poets reacted to the same event, 9/11. So I'll do a video talking about that when I start reading Atlas Shrugged, or if I get a better grasp of objectivism, I'll do a video about objectivism. When I get a better handle on existentialism, I'll do a video about that. And again, sorry for the slurred speech, I'm just really fucking tired. But I think that's all I've got to say about today. And once I read Atlas Shrugged, I'll give you a comparison between BioShock storyline and Atlas Shrugged storyline, which might take more parts of the video. But as for now, I'm done. Peace, love, harmony, and I'm off like a prom dress. See you guys later. And Atlas Shrugged.